Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This game you're about to see is truly spectacular. You're going to see amazing chess that will blow your mind, and you're going to be wondering how is this person only 900 something elo? And you're going to be thinking, now I understand why it's 900 and something elo at the same time. See, this game here shows the ability of a chess grandmaster, but then it also shows the ability of someone who doesn't really know how to play that much. And the thing is, I can't remember this game too much, but I remember that I was in a bad position, and then I ended up being in a good position. And then did I win or not? That's what I can't remember. But we're gonna find out in this video. So let me just open up the browser. All right. So we are playing Yulia Pavlik. Probably butchered the last name. No, Y in like I think it's Julia. Either way, we're playing that person, yeah? Playing that person. They open up with E4. Get me? Strike the center. And then I'm playing the Scandinavian here. And the thing is, I don't even remember Scandinavian lines. I don't think I've ever even learned Scandinavian lines. But guess what? I watched the Gotham video and he was talking about it and I was like, fuck it. I'm going to play it. They don't even take. So then now I just develop my knight after they develop the bishop. They develop the knight again. And now I pin that knight to the queen. Attacks my bishop. I retreat. He develops the knight. I push up because guess what? Now he has to waste a move by moving that knight again, which he does. And this is where I develop this knight, right? And then instead of taking my knight, yeah, instead of playing this move right here and damaging my pawn structure like this, my opponent, yeah, let me just get rid of these moves. My opponent decided to go here. I decided to bring my bishop to g6. The reason why I wanted to do that is because I think it's very obvious. I want my opponent to take my bishop for me then to open up my rook. Now, will I castle on that side? Probably not. And my queen is the only piece that I need to move in order to castle long. And then my king's safe. And then I can have both my rooks down here applying pressure because it does look like he's going to castle this way. So I didn't mind that trade. Anyways, after that altercation, after the knight took the bishop, he now develops his knight closer to my position. But I don't necessarily understand why he did that because there's nothing threatening about that move. So then now I just push my pawn into the center. The reason why I did that is because I want to open up my bishop's scope and I also want to add more protection to the d4 pawn. Now he brings his bishop to c4, and now we can see. Why did I just say he? She brings her bishop to c4, and the reason why she's doing that is because she's either gonna bring the knight to f7 or the bishop to f7. But it will probably be the knight because I cannot take that knight, and then she's gonna either win a queen or a rook. So obviously I noticed this, and then now I decided to move my queen to d6, and this is the moment where I was saying, "Oh yeah, this you're gonna see in this game. This is someone who doesn't really know what the hell they're doing in chess." And by me playing that move, it did not stop my opponent from playing knight to e7 because the fork is still there. And I was like, wow, we really need to get better at chess, don't we? And you know what? I'm gonna put the analysis bar on so I can like I also want to learn from this. Right. So right now my opponent's actually 2.8 in advantage. Yeah. And then now after I move my queen, I'm attacking the bishop, right? My opponent takes that rook, I take the bishop, and then they take the pawn. So right now my opponent is 4 points of material up. And now I castle. And castling there was not the best move. I don't know what the best move is, but castling definitely was not it. And I think the reason why castling was not the best move there is because it wasn't, and we're not gonna know because currently I'm lacking the advanced level of being able to find what the best move would have been. Right, let's go back. So the best move for me here would have been hmm hmm hmm. I don't necessarily know to be honest. There was a free pawn. Okay, yeah. Okay, well you learn. You learn. That's why I make these videos so I can rewatch these games, and also you can watch them. Maybe have a little giggle about how bad I am. But sometimes I hope sometimes you're standing up and applauding some of the skills you see. Anyways, moving on. I castle, which was obviously not the right move. Now they attack my queen. I give a check. They bring that pawn forward, and guess what? By them bringing this pawn forward, the game completely turns on its head. Because now what I'm able to do is take that pawn, and then now they castle. But guess what? By them castling, now I'm 2.6 in advantage because I can take the pawn again. And then now they're either gonna lose a rook or a bishop. They decided to lose the bishop, and now they moved the queen towards the center, which I do not understand. Like, that was a very pointless move. Maybe the reason why they did that. No, that move genuinely makes no sense. Either way, they give me a free pawn. But guess what? Taking that pawn was not the right idea. So let me just retreat. Let me take a step back. What would have been the right idea in this position? Hmm. 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 Maybe bishop attacking the queen. Yeah, that's an alright move, yeah. So that move was the move, like it was an alright move, like the computer still says it's 3.0. Um alright, so now I take that pawn. My advantage actually disappears here. My opponent now has a 1.8 advantage. And I simply do not understand why they have that. I really actually do not understand. Okay, either way. Because I gave away a free bishop. That's right. That's right. Oh my gosh. The thing is, I have the moves on the side, right? But I'm just not looking. I wanna be surprised like you guys are. Do you get me? I wanna be like, oh my god, what a move! What? You know? Yeah. So then now now I'll offer a queen trade. Offering a queen trade here was really, really silly. Extremely silly because one, I'm down 2 points on material, and but the reason why I did this was because I was like, if they don't take my queen trade, then I can just take the knight. And I've been in positions where my opponent didn't take the queen, and I get the free piece, but they take it, and I take with the knight, and now they attack my knight, and then now I attack the rook, and then now they bring their rook down to a2 because they want to attack my knight, and guess what? I take that pawn. Give me that. Just give me that. And it was important I take with the knight there, not the rook. Because if I was to take that pawn with the rook, he would have just been able to take my knight. See that? And this pawn on e4 has been hanging this entire time. I hopefully eventually do take that pawn. I better. But now he can. Oh, wow. Now I really can't take that pawn. The reason why I can't take that pawn is because they just played the beautiful move of f3. Well, not beautiful, but it was just a move that kind of solidifies their position. And then now I push my pawn up. He retreats with his knight. I reroute my knight, put my knight in d7. He brings his knight to check, and now I'm attacking his knight. He goes over there, and now I attack with the pawn. Now he's attacking my rook, and now I move my rook out of the way. And then now he doubles up with the rooks, and then now I move my knight. And then now he's attacking my rook again, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna attack your knight now. And then now he retreats. All my days, I keep saying he. It's because oftentimes my opponent does end up being a he, but either way, he, she don't really matter. It's just two people playing chess. Um, Now I develop my knight. I've got all my major pieces in a line there on the C file. That C file is getting a lot of love right now. Gives me a check, and now my king is basically safe. That knight move doesn't necessarily do anything because of that knight move, it went from a zero point 0.8 advantage for me to a 2.8 advantage. Well, a 2.4, 2.6 advantage for me because now I'm able to. Well, that wasn't even the best move. The best move here would have actually been. What would have been the best move? Wow. I don't know what the best move would have been. Let me figure it out. It's not this because that doesn't do anything. Hmm. Hmm. I guess we're not gonna know. It's alright though, because guess what? If one of you guys can tell me in the comments, yeah, or like if you're from the Discord, if you can take a screenshot and just show me what the best move would have been, I'd appreciate that. You get me? Anyways, moving on. I'm offering a trade of knights here. They take it, and then now doubled up their rooks. I'm like, but guess what? My knight's defending that square of d7, so I don't really have to worry about it. So then, but I still move my king. Why did I move my king? Gosh, you know the funny thing is with chess, yeah. Well, for me anyway, since I'm not incredibly good, I'm still obviously learning. I find myself seeing things after the game. To be fair, you always see things easier and better when you're not the one playing. Like there's been times my opponent has moved their queen for a queen trade, but didn't have anything protecting their queen. But what I could have literally done, yeah, is like just taken their queen for free with a different piece. But instead, I take with my queen, and you know, like I just waffled there. Let me rephrase that. So let's say my opponent has their queen, I have my queen, right? Yeah. But I have like a bishop that can see their queen, but their queen is defended by something. But my bishop can take their queen instead of me offering a queen, me taking their queen with my queen. You get me? And I make those mistakes, and I'm like, yeah, you're a donut, but it's all right though. You live and you learn. Okay, now he decides to go to d8, push that pawn up. Now he's attacking that pawn. Now I bring my knight. Yeah, I bring my beautiful knight to e6, where it's doing absolutely nothing. It just looks pretty. Now he attacks my knight. I bring my knight to f4, which still doesn't do anything. He takes, and now I push my rook to e2. The reason why I actually pushed my rook to e2 was because my genius self, right, my beautiful brain self was gonna go here, but then I was like, wait a minute, because the rook can just take, and I cannot take because I just lose the game. So obviously, I did notice that before the move happened because my opponent first gives me a check, I move out the way. He gives me another check, I move out the way, and he takes the pawn. I do think he had a better move here, though. Nah, didn't have a better move. Charge it. Anyways, so yeah, takes that pawn there, and now I give a check. He goes over there. I give another check. He goes there. I give another check. He goes there. I go there. He gives a check. I'm like, okay. But then when I go here, right, I was like, I'm chilling. My king's very much safe. Like, he has to waste a couple of moves in order to get another chance to attack my king. So now I'm like, let me apply the pressure. Moves this king into the open. That ain't a good move. Because I'm like a tiger. You know what it is like? I'm like a tiger. I'm like slow, but I'm deadly. And here, I just felt the tide switch. Because I'm like, let me take that pawn. Now it's only a 1 pawn advantage. And then they go there, and I'm like, let me take another pawn. And now we're equal. And the moment we're equal, I ain't losing again. I ain't losing. Like, cool. If you've got the advantage, you better take your opportunity. When I come back, oh shit, you guys are about to see what happens. Give a check, moves out of the way. Give another check, goes down again. Guess what? See, I'm kind of like putting their king in a sticky position because I'm either going to fork the rook and the king or I'm going to deliver a finishing blow. So, boom, I give another check. And my opponent blunders. My opponent blunders because they could have moved. Well, they could have gone like. Actually, they had to go here. That was their only move, I think. No way. If I was here, they could have gone up. If they went up, the game would have still been equal, right? But I don't think they wanted to do that. You see. So what ended up happening? You see, was my opponent decided to play the wrong move, and the wrong move was to go to e8 because e8 leads to f8, and that's a checkmate. Oh, but yeah, just wanted to show you that game because it was like I was like, yo, it's kind of crazy. I was kind of getting destroyed that whole game, but turned it around and that, turn it around and that. Yeah, man, I'm just in a good mood as you can see. Life is good. You know what I mean? You know what it is. Yeah, this is not even about chess. I'm gonna make another video soon about like just talking about life and shit. Yeah, but let me give you a bit of wisdom right now. Yeah, I love the reason why I love chess. Yeah, is because cool. When you lose, you feel that pain, and you get me. When you win, you feel that happiness. Either way, you're feeling shit. Do you get me? You're feeling shit, and that makes you know that this shit means something to you. Do you get me? But wow, what a checkmate, Wow. Can't go here because the night. Oh, wow, what a checkmate that is, man. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, share it around. I don't know, like, there's going to be more videos coming too. So now I'm going to get ready. I'm either going to record the video about me talking about, like, bettering yourself, or I'm going to go gym, then come home and record that video. Get me? You got to practice. You got to practice what you preach, you get me? But yeah, love, guys. Appreciate you all. Like, for real. For real, for real. Take care.